If you're getting started with Pinterest in 2026, do not set up your account until you watch this. Pinterest has changed a lot over the last year, and the old tutorials you've seen on YouTube or Google completely miss a few updates that actually matter. So if you want to grow, make money, or get traffic from Pinterest, you need to start with the right setup. Otherwise, your account will feel stuck from day one. Hi, I'm Max. I help bloggers, online sellers, and affiliate marketers get their content seen without burning out. I share weekly Pinterest marketing tutorials designed to help you grow with simple strategies and less overwhelmed. If that sounds like your vibe, now's a great time to hit like and subscribe so you don't miss future videos like this. Today, we're talking about how to get started with Pinterest in 2026. Whether you're brand new to online business or you already have a blog, a shop, a service, and you're finally bringing it onto Pinterest, this video will give you the foundation you need. Pinterest is one of the easiest places to grow right now, but only if you set up your account around how search works today, not how it worked a few years ago. So today we're covering exactly that. We'll talk about the big Pinterest shifts happening for 2026, the simplest way to set up your account the right way, what Pinterest looks for when recommending your content, how to start pinning without burning out, and how to automate the busy work with tools like Pin Generator. So let's get into it. So what's new on Pinterest in 2026, and why does this matter if you're starting now? If you've watched Pinterest tutorials from 2024 or 2025, a lot of that information is still helpful. There's been a few big updates for 2026 that change how beginners should approach the platform. So before you set up anything, let's run through what actually matters for this year. Pinterest Predicts is a trend report that the platform releases every December, and the most of their predictions end up being right. So if your niche touches any of those areas, you're already aligned with what people are actively searching for. I'll leave the link to the full report in the description below if you want to skim the rest. We're also seeing a shift in who's using Pinterest. Gen Z is becoming one of the most active groups on the platform, and their search behavior is totally different than what we've seen before. They care more about clarity and real-life usefulness and honest visuals, not the polished home decor inspiration content that dominated a few years ago. They're also searching for things like problems and moods and aesthetic terms rather than those rigid product names. So instead of marble vase or boho wall art, you're gonna start to see searches like calming bedroom ideas or small apartment essentials or clean girl morning routine. So keep that in mind because your pins will need to match search intent if you want to get your pins seen. AI has also changed how Pinterest organizes content. It's not just reading your keywords anymore, it's actually reading your images too. So if your photo clearly shows what the product is or what your idea is about, Pinterest can categorize it correctly even if you don't write the perfect title or description. This also means that original photos and simple product demos will outperform generic stock or overly edited graphics too. Another thing to note is video pins continue to grow. So you don't need trends or dances, just short, clear videos that show the product in real life. Walk through how something works, show a before and after. These usually perform best because someone can understand the idea really quickly. So think of them as visual clarity, not entertainment. So knowing these updates will give you an advantage right away, especially if you're new because you're not shifting strategy, you're just starting with exactly what works from day one. Now that you know what's new in 2026, let's walk through how to set up your Pinterest account. I'm keeping this beginner friendly and I'll link deeper tutorials in the description if you want step-by-step versions of anything we talk about here. So before you even create the account, you're gonna need a general idea of what you're using Pinterest for. You don't need a full business plan, but you should know the core focus. Are you promoting a blog? Are you selling digital or physical products? Are you gonna do affiliate marketing? Do you wanna drive traffic to a website or a service page? This clarity will help you and eventually Pinterest organize your account from day one. Once you know that, you're gonna wanna create a Pinterest business account. It's completely free and only takes a few minutes to set up and it will give you access to analytics and features that you won't get on a personal profile. Next is your profile. You're gonna keep this simple and searchable. You wanna use keywords in your name and bio that describe what you actually create or sell. Remember, Pinterest is a search engine, so your profile should sound like something people would type into a search bar, not necessarily a cute tagline. Does that make sense? After your profile is set, you're gonna need to create boards. These are categories that match the topics you'll be pinning about. So these boards help Pinterest understand your niche. The more specific they are, the faster Pinterest will learn what your content is about. So instead of a board titled recipes, you can name it healthy meal prep ideas or 30-minute crockpot meals or easy dinner for beginners. Think of these as categories with a clear purpose. And if you're not sure which keywords to use in your profile, board titles, or pin descriptions, the easiest way to find them is inside Pinterest itself. Type a few words into the search bar and let Pinterest auto-generate suggestions. These suggestions come from real searches happening on the platform, so they give you an instant list of keyword ideas and variations you could use across your pin. Before you create your first pin, you're gonna wanna gather a few basics. You're gonna want your links, whether they're blog posts, product pages, or affiliate URLs. You're also gonna want some images and some keyword ideas. You don't need a full content plan yet. You just want a handful of assets ready so your first few pins are clean and consistent. This is why I prefer using a tool like Pin Generator. It connects directly to your blog posts, products, or affiliate links and creates multiple branded pins for you all at once. This makes pinning way easier and more consistent, especially as a beginner. Once your account is set up, the next question is always the same. How do you actually start pinning? How many pins should you post? How often? Are there any tips or tricks that you should do or avoid? Here's the simplest approach that I tell beginners. Start by pinning 1 or 2 pins per day. You don't need to post 10 times a day. In fact, posting too much, too fast can flag your account as spam because Pinterest doesn't understand your patterns yet. So slow and steady works best here. And each pin needs to be fresh. It needs a new image, a new title, a new description. Don't upload the same pin over and over again. Pinterest is very clear that they like fresh content and fresh images. Also, rotate your URLs. You can promote the same product, post, or affiliate link across multiple pins, but give it some space. Pin one of them on Monday, pin a different URL on Tuesday, then maybe repeat the first one on Wednesday. Just make sure you're making fresh content every single time. And definitely focus on clarity. The image should make sense in a second or two. If someone has to think about what they're looking at, it's not going to perform well. This is especially true now that Pinterest AI is reading your images and trying to figure out what category they belong into. And if you want to speed up your process, this is where tools like Pin Generator shine. You can paste in your link, upload your image, and quickly generate 10 to 20 variations in minutes. Then you can schedule them every other day, every few days. This keeps your account active without feeling like you're tied to a design tool all week. It also helps you A/B test your pins a lot faster. If you notice one pin starts outperforming the others, you can make more like that in that style and grow your account faster. And the last piece of getting started is experimenting. Don't expect your first week of pins to go viral. Pinterest has a natural warm-up period where it studies your content, learns your style, and figures out who should see it. It's normal for your early pins to get slow impressions at first, then suddenly pick up weeks later. The delay is not failure, it's just Pinterest learning more about you and your account. So please stay consistent for a few weeks or a month and the growth will usually follow. The more you pin, learn, adjust, and repeat, the better your content will perform. And if you have questions about getting started or you're not sure which strategy fits best for you, drop a comment and tell me which niche you're in. I always check these and I'm happy to help point you in the right direction. If you found this video helpful, now's a great time to hit like and subscribe so you don't miss next week's video. And if you're ready to dive into pin creation, I'm gonna leave the link to Pin Generator in the description below because it's completely free to try. I'm Max and I share weekly Pinterest marketing tips, tricks, and videos to help you get your content seen without burning out. I'll see you next week. Let's get generating.